Welcome back here to a brand new weekend of racing at Los Alamitos Racecourse. I'm your host, Jose Contreras, here for the LosAlamitos.com preview show. You can find us there on YouTube each and every week, and also all the social channels as well at Los Alamitos Racing. Welcome back here, Michael. We are both, so the traveling show is canceled for this week because both of us are back in our regular places.
Yes, which is seemingly an increasing rarity.
Yes.
And I'll be on special assignment next week, but anchored on the couch at home in Huntington Beach for this particular Thursday afternoon recording of our preview show.
I'll mention a little bit of your thoughts. Double down 1, 2, 3. Impressive in the John Deere. Broke well, finished well. Looked good winning the John Deere last Saturday.
Yeah, drifting in a bit in the last stages of the race, but simply too good for them, as most presumed that she would be. As the Kindergarten Futurity winner, she becomes the first dual stakes-winning juvenile of the season. The horse I picked on the preview show, Jess Dynasty Time, got into a minor placing. So hopefully some people used Jess Dynasty Time underneath. She finished third. Arosa had the trifecta.
Yeah.
With Royal Papacito in second spot. So the race was a clean sweep for Monty.
Sunday night, Party Politics from the rail, more professional this time around, and he needed to prevail in the Golden State Derby.
Yes. Good to see him chalk up a significant win. Of course, he'd won a minor stakes race this season, but he was just struggling to put it all together compared to having won a pair of $1 million futurities last year. And he was very good from an unsuitable rail draw. The connections are adamant that that's not his preference, and he's not really that comfortable. But he shifted away a little bit from the rail and was able to do so without a problem. I found the riding engagements quite fascinating from that race because Jesus Ayala, regular rider of Party Politics, and the Lindolfo Diaz-trained Good Wagon SA, and Ramon Sanchez, who holds the record for most number of stakes winners at Los Alamitos, but who rides very sparingly these days, jumped on to Good Wagon SA when Ayala stuck with Party Politics and almost knocked him off.
Yeah.
There was only a nose between them at the finish. Good Wagon SA, you couldn't say is on the level of Scoop's Dynasty as far as a travesty that he hasn't won a race this year, but at the same time, it's almost impossible to believe that he hasn't, and he does deserve a big race breakthrough. He's always threatened. He was second in the Winter Derby. He went within a nose, charging down the outside this past Sunday night. So an excellent performance from a horse who's had a lot of trouble in the early going, and both of those horses really stood up big time in a thrilling finish.
Watching him midway, I thought Good Wagon might have had the advantage. I almost thought he was a winner, but Party Politics kept on battling gamely in there and held that one off for the inside post. That's a little bit of a recap for those stakes events. John Deere.
Just one other angle to the riding situation. That was one of 3 wins last weekend for Jesus Ayala, and it enabled him to leapfrog a couple of jockeys in the standings into a clear second. I've written it down somewhere here. Both the trainer and the jockey standings in the quarter horses are very competitive. It's really tight at the top of both ladders. Armando Cervantes is on 35. With Ayala's 3 wins last weekend, he jumps to 32. Past Cruz Mendez, who's on 31, and Henry Lopez is on 29. So that's a really good 4-way battle atop the jockey standings, isn't it? And trainer wise, it's very interesting as well. And I've written that down somewhere. But Jose Flores, who I'm about to talk about at great length, and I've got so I feel like it's the Wiener Nationals night. I've got so many pieces of paper laying around here. But anyway, Flores is within about 3 or 4 of the top of the charts in the trainer standings. Paul Jones is up there, of course. So really competitive, interesting at this stage. We're about 2/3 of the way through the season.
And what makes it, some of the names that you mentioned there, I feel like Jose Flores has blossomed, or I feel like not blossom is the right word, but Jose Flores has excelled this season with layoff horses. For some reason, I feel like a lot of his layoff runners have been firing on all cylinders for Jose Flores specifically this year. And my lock of the night, it's a Jose Flores off the layoff horse.
Yeah.
I'll talk more about that horse later on tonight.
Yeah, Flores is absolutely the odds-on morning line favorite in race 3, Famous Cartel Cowgirl. He's got the top 2 on the morning line in race 4. He's got the third choice in the 5th, Executive Cash. The even money favorite in the 7th, Famous Cartel Jesse. He's got the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th picks on the morning line in race 8, one of whom is my selection. So let's zero in on that penultimate race on the 9-race program.
Yeah, race number 8. There's 2 races left. You know what time it is? It is late daily double time. 350 yards for this allowance event. Race number 8, and we got a field of 6 horses lined up. Jose Flores has the comebacker via Bonafide from the rail, which began his career 2 for 2 here. So we know he can win off the layoff. Comes in with a very sharp 12-10 workout back on July 22nd. But look who's on the outside. Our old friend, Pragmatic, Michael. Are you going back to him?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am, because last start on July 29 was the first time that I've actually picked him for the preview show. And I have to come back for one more swing because the horse's performance while going under by a nose had to be seen to be believed, and we'll give you another look at it right now from post position 3 in the field of 7. First start in 6 months, hadn't been out since a trail to the Winter Derby. First time flipping holder, which I'd hoped would make the difference for him at the start, but he broke outwards and bumped. He bumped again, and he made up at least a length and a quarter, probably a length and a half in going under by a nose. It was a storming finish from Pragmatic.
I feel like midway to this race, you felt like there was no chance this was going to be a close win by the 1. It felt like the 1 was going to run away for it. Pragmatic made up, you're right, a length and a quarter, maybe a length and a half to make it a photo. I mean, that was a giant closing kick.
It was. He had the flipping halter in play, and I hoped that he would get out of the gate more efficiently. But what gets easily forgotten is, I made a note of this, there were continued disturbances in the starting gate, either side of Pragmatic, leading up to the start. And maybe that's enough of an excuse. The horses either side of him were creating a stir, and with him going out to gate 6, the outside post position Saturday night, I've got to have another go with him.
Final 8th was 9.79. You can see he's inching and just comes up 1/2 a stride after. Actually, I'll roll this shutter cam. There's a great angle here. Look at the bob right up to the finish line. Right there. He's already on the lead. It was a brutal beat for Pragmatic and for my pockets as well. Because, I was on him that night as well.
I know you've been chasing the horse for a long time, and I can't blame people who just need to wash their hands of Pragmatic. But I've got to have another go here. One of his 2 career victories, and this is an allowance, non-winners of 3 lifetime. One of his 2 wins was from gate 6 in a field of 6. The last time he had the outside post, he finished 3rd, a neck behind Party Politics in a trial to the 2 million futurity. I've got to come again at Pragmatic here. He's 2-1 on Egbergart's morning line, fractional 2nd choice. The favourite, Relentless Pressure, has not run here for Heath Taylor. Very well credentialed, of course, and should be hard to beat. Has a turn and work at Los Alamitos, but no gate drill. And I've had some success in taking on these horses that are running first time at Los Al without a gate work. Maybe he's just the classiest horse in the field. Maybe he's just going to be too good, but I don't mind risking him. The second choice is Pragmatic, and Jose Flores also trains new and better. The 3rd pick on the morning line at 3-1, he's horse number 5. And coincidentally, Jose, he ran the same night as Pragmatic. July 29. New and Better was actually stakes placed, ran a lot faster that night than Pragmatic did, but I don't know that you can read much into the comparative times because of all of the trouble Pragmatic struck. But New and Better's 2 races this campaign have been good, especially when you take into account that there was a 2-month gap in his work tab. So he's had some sort of interrupted preparation, and both of his efforts lately have been good. So he's certainly in the race with a serious chance. But, mate, just... call me a masochist, but I have to go one more time to the well here with Pragmatic.
If you weren't going to take him, and if nobody's going to take him back, I might have dipped right back in and support him because he's just one of those runners that I've been chasing for a while. I did cash with one of his 2 wins ever since then, but there's been he's just shown that those flashes of good ability that you just hope that he gets somewhat a clean break one of these nights. And the outside post might be the place to do it come Saturday night.
The outside post that sold me on this need to just have another nibble. I found my notes about the trainer standings. It is Paul Jones on 35, Monte Arosa 34, and Jose Flores 32. So that is highly competitive, and Flores could well have jumped into a tie at the top or even outright lead if things pan out as well as they can on paper for him on Saturday night, because he's got chances galore, and including the stakes favorite in the final race. Yeah, that's going to be. I know you like that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go towards the stakes event, and I'll talk about my pick there in a little while. That's going to be the Florentine. Is it the Florentine or Florentine? Florentine. The
Florentine, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, Florentine. $25,000 quarter horse event to complete the night on Saturday night. Let me look at the calendar. What's in store for Sunday? Sunday, we'll have the final of the Los Alamitos Claiming Futurity on Sunday. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to see who enters back from the qualifiers, Michael, because some connections might not want to lose their runners for a claiming tag in the Los Alamitos Claiming Futurity final.
Yes, that's always a fascinating angle with this race, a relatively new concept. Ed Burgart called the trials. That was when I was in Las Vegas. So looking forward to getting my teeth into the past performances when we see the fields for Sunday.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, Michael, best of luck. Pragmatic, I'll be nibbling on that one once again. This time I'm with you. I think Pragmatic has the outside post to do it. Hopefully he gets a clean break.
Hoping so. Hooroo!
The Los Alamitos traditional pick six continues to rise. On July 2nd, a carryover of nearly $15,000 led to a total pool of over $150,000. On July 9th, a carryover of $15,000 led to a total pool of nearly $160,000. Plus, with no jackpot provisions, the Los Alamitos pick six can pay big time every time. And if we don't have a carryover going into Sunday night, we'll add $10,000 to the pool. That's right, the fast-rising Los Alamitos pick six is one of the country's best.
Yes, the $2 pick six is gaining momentum throughout the years here since we added the $10,000 promo at Los Alamitos. Great job by our track management doing that promo. And Chris, last week somebody took down the pick six, which looked impossible, and it was nearly impossible because only one ticket added for nearly $50,000 last week at Los Al.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had the Pixis carryover of $45,000 going in the Savage card, and it was all favorites. As noted, we had 8 out of 10 top winners. Our top pick won every race in the Pick Six. It come back $225. Yeah. That's just what happens. The following night, with the $10,000 seed money, the pool was monstrous, and you had one ticket get it. And whoever was good enough and lucky enough to get that, congratulations, well meant and well deserved, because it was tough. It really was.
I mean, after that 1-5 favorite for Ayala and Monty losing from the rail to Felix Gonzalez and the 6 horse on the outside, it felt like there was already a momentum brewing for a carryover ride. And then you had that blanket finish in the main claiming again with the best again getting into trouble and finding a room too late. And you got a big upset for the Roman Figueroa trainee. That really, I thought it was a carryover after that. No, one ticket made it the whole way and got the job done. Well done.
Well done.
Yeah, that was a great payout. And looking forward to the pick six sequence here on Saturday night. 9 races. You got a horse here in race number 5 that I do like as well. We both had kind of similar thought process on this runner. And let's show the past performances here for the betting public. Race number 5, Chris is going to go to this 300-yard maiden event. We got a field of 6 runners. You have a nice debut runner in Apolitical Solution, who had a nice debut. Missing by a nose. But you like Good Party that comes out of a 4th place finish on a trial.
Yeah, this horse was a C plus. Went from a C plus to B minus plus, and from first drill to second drill. Then he had all kinds of trouble in the debut, but I gave him a look, gave him a long shot W, a long shot horse to watch off of that career debut. Then he came right back, and this horse bobbled away from there, skied, lost the length away from the gate from post number 2. Was kind of slow on the stride, but showed a big run past the gap, was finishing well under a hold, and galloped out very, very strong. You see this horse bobbling away from the gate, slowing the stride under a hand shove, is being kind of forced in a little bit here past the gap. But this horse was finishing well under a hold, nearing the wire, and look at this, moving well under a hold, but was starting out very well past the wire into the turn, galloped out very, very strong. And this horse is in front at the top of the turn. So obviously this horse is steadily improving, and with a decent getaway. On my numbers, the horse has got a big look at the outcome, and is going to be our preview show selection, one of our better bets in the racing card there on Saturday night. Yeah,
I'll rewind it because to me, he looked like he was uncomfortable. I'm with you, Chris, that he never really leveled out along the inside. And also the gallop out. Look how strong he's galloping out, already in front the rest of the field past the turn. So it kind of shows that this horse has more run to give.
Yeah, like I said, it's shown steady improvement from the C plus drill to the B minus plus to the much troubled debut, then improving immensely in that second lifetime start. Despite said trouble, the horse showed a lot of run late and galloped off very, very strong. So we'll give this horse a big look there as our preview show and one of our better bets on Saturday night. Second leg of the pick six.
I'm hoping you get every bit of that 2-1, but I think the 4 is going to get bet because of that solid debut, and I think the 3 because of Tate Taylor coming in from a trial will get bet as well. So I think you'll get, I'm hoping you get that 2-1 on Good Party.
I certainly hope so. This horse has got a big look at the outcome, thing close to a decent getaway, facing a pretty good field for the level. Some shippers coming in for quality connections, and this horse can improve much like the second start. In that third start, has a big look there as one of our better plays in the racing card.
And again, that's the second leg of that $2 pick six, and also the second leg of that mid card double. Actually begins the mid card double. So second leg of the pick six, race number 5. Good Party there for Chris's selection. Nice job on your selections for Los Alamos last week. That full pick six. It was formidable, but he had every winner on top.
Yeah, it was one of those nights. Everything ran as expected. We had 8 out of 10 top winners, 2/3 selections. Were the other 2 horses that won for us, 8 straight winners, and then 6 straight winners on the pick six. Didn't pay very, very much, but you gotta give what they take you. They gotta take what they give you, and it was kind of short prices. But then the following night, some prices along the way, and as good as we were on Saturday, it was pretty much the opposite on Sunday. We were kind of on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was almost an impossible type of card. Again, only one ticket had that pick six for close to $50,000. All right, Chris, thanks. Let's keep the good selections rolling, as you had a nice winner last week, and let's see if we can get a Good Party with a clean trip in race number 5.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the one that we had that good runner Bloodbath, the horse that we were talking about, who we thought could be something to watch next time, was a horse called Understandable.
Yes.
That was for Valentin Zamudio and company. A horse that broke okay, but kind of drifted out and was skiing throughout, but leveled out well. And a very good third at a big price. She'll be a one to watch next time. Just thought we heard and we talked about a horse and didn't give out a name. So there's the name, Understandable. It's got a big look next time he signs up.
Thank you for that. We always try to give some horses to watch moving forward, and that's a runner that if he stays straight and matures and keeps improving, that could be a horse to watch later on in the maiden ranks. All right, Chris, have a good rest of your Thursday afternoon. I'll see you this weekend at Los Alamitos.
All right, Bush, you have a good night.
The Los Alamitos traditional pick six continues to rise. On July 2nd, a carryover of nearly $15,000 led to a total pool of over $150,000. On July 9th, a carryover of $15,000 led to a total pool of nearly $160,000. Plus, with no jackpot provisions, the Los Alamitos pick six can pay big time every time. And if we don't have a carryover going into Sunday night, we'll add 10 grand to the pool. That's right, the fast-rising Los Alamitos pick six is one of the country's best.
Welcome back. And my selection for this week's preview show is going to be race number 9, the featured event on this Saturday night 9 race program. It is going to be the Florentine Stakes, 350 yards for the fillies and mares, 3 overs and up. And I'm going to look at this field of runners here, starting with Corona Jess from that inside post. Got a Corona Jess, from that inside post. Very solid third against the very impressive Famous Shining Star, returned to win once again. One Sweet Duck was a nice long shot selection for us in the La Pacifica, when she upset at nearly a 28-1. That was a nice price for her. She was scratched since the June 11th outing. So she was scratched since then. And I want to say in a stakes event. I don't have the exact date of the scratch, but she was scratched since that checker twice ever, which she ended up finishing 5th after a troubled trip. So obviously she can break much better at times, but she has been inconsistent. She Goes Up has been a classy mare because she's always in the mix of things against some very good horses. She was a winner of the impressive winner of La Pacifica in the year 2022, but she hasn't won since the Derby trial back in July of 2022. She's been in some close races, but she's looking to kind of step it up a notch once again. Icy Morning Breeze, I thought, was a very useful second place finish on July 1st. She's on the improve. The 6-1 is enticing as far as for the exactas, maybe for the exactas underneath. Apolitical Premier, I thought she was going to fire a better effort that evening back on July 1st, and a lot of the betting public thought so as well because they bet her to 2-1. She just looked a little bit flat. She didn't have that much of a finish. It wasn't that big of a major excuse kind of trip, so she's going to have to turn it around. She's 10-1. Operated up, broke much faster from the outside post to start to go, and she wasn't much of a threat from the inside post. Again, she goes up in the Matron Stakes last time out, so she's going to have to improve. But my lock of the night, it's going to be the 7. Just Dream of Me. Now, her form from Ruidoso was, pretty flat aside from that third in the Oaks trial and making it to the Rainbow Oaks. But then after that, she didn't really do much of a threat in the Derby trial and an allowance. That was back in December of 2022. She hit the bench since then. She's been off since September, but we know she can win off the layoff. She did it here at Los Al from November of 2021 to March of 2022 when she won a trial for the Los Al Oaks, and she actually was the betting favorite in the Los Alamitos Oaks when finishing a troubled third there, only missing by a head. And you can argue each and every one of those 4 starts here at Los Al, she was probably the best horse. She finished third in that October 21st outing with trouble, won easily. Next time out, layoff, came back and won with trouble, and then had trouble in the Oaks, and then went out to Ruidoso. So she seems to love here Los Alamitos. We know she can run well off the layoff. She did it in a debut win, and again, she did it here at Los Al. And also, she's been working very well here in preparation for her return. Back on June 17th, Bullet, 12:20 workout. July 8th, Bullet, 12 flat workout. August 4th, 12 flat workout, turn work on there. So she seems to love Los Al. She seems to do well off layoffs, and I think she's ready to fire a big effort here off the layoff again. 5-2. She is going to be my lock of the night. But let's take a look at the most recent workout, which you can watch at your convenience at losalamitos.com. Here is the workout for Just Dream of Me. This was July 8th. Solo workout. And I just love how quick she gets away from the gates and how there's no wasted motion to hit the top speed. You can see there was not a lot of gaining momentum to hit that top speed. She broke well, immediately was quick into stride, maintain a straight path through this workout, and ears are up through the gallop out. She wants to do more, and the rider is under an easy hold. Didn't ask her for her best. So I love the way she looked in this morning workout. She stood well. She broke fast. She was quick, and she galloped out well past the finish line. So she is very intriguing to me off the break, and I'm going to make her my lock of the night, my key single for the Saturday night races at Los Al in race number 9, the Florentine Stakes there, going for a purse of $25,000. All right, that's going to do it for this week's preview show. And again, what's to come this weekend at Los Al? Of course, we got a 9-race program on Saturday night with that Stakes event to feature that we just talked about. And then on Sunday, we'll have the final of the Los Angeles Claiming Futurity, which we had the trials a couple of weeks ago. And again, in the trials, none of the horses were offered for a claiming tag. They were protected. Everybody got to keep the runner. But if you made it to the final, top 10 fastest qualifiers, you enter back in the final, you will be offered up for a claiming tag. And that's where it can get a little bit tricky because there's some connections in the past that opted not to race to the final because they saw how well their horses ran and they didn't want to lose them in that specific Los Alamitos Claiming Futurity final. So it's going to be interesting to see the entry box come Sunday night to see who enters back and who runs back in the Los Alamitos Claiming Futurity. That is what's to come this weekend at Los Alamitos. So we hope you join us there. You can catch all our analysis there at losalamitos.com as far as long shot and lock of the night for yours truly and also Christopher Wade. I'll be on set on the FanDuel TV set this weekend alongside Caleb Keller for both nights. And of course, Christopher Wade will be on the live simulcast signal for each and every race at Los Alamitos, and Mike Wrona will be on the mic. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day here, and we'll hope to see you this weekend at Los Alamitos.